So Salty Bill's, is it mainly cider?
Mainly cider, yeah. Mainly cider, a bit of lager, cocktails, spirits and mixers. Jodie's salty, her name's Jodie Salter, and I'm Bill. And we thought the theme of it is really nautical, and the tentacles and the skulls, and I look like a pirate and I sound like a pirate. The Salty Bills is quite a nautical sounding, fun pirate name.
Where were you before this?
So my past sort of begins. I was in the military for 5 years in the army. I left the military after a couple of tours of Iraq and Northern Ireland, and met Jodie, and we went travelling for about 6 or 7 years, travelling around Australia, New Zealand. Went to about 43 different countries. We were working and travelling as we were going, and every time we went to Asia, we would see all these amazing pop-up cocktail bars everywhere, and we just kept talking about the idea of it. We came back from travelling, and I was working security work, doing bodyguard work for, I was working for Made in Chelsea and doing random security jobs and stuff, and we were thinking, what can we do so we don't have to do this, so I don't have to work away from home so much anymore? What can we do? What are we good at? What do we like doing? How can we make some money from what we enjoy doing? And we like going to the pub, and we like going to festivals, and we thought, why not put two and two together and go to all the festivals and have our own bar when we're there.
When did the idea of a horse box come into your mind?
The idea of a Horsebox bar came into it. Our cousin has horses just up the field from us, and she was getting rid of one of her horse boxes. We were thinking about a couple of things to begin with, like a ISO container, and our budget was really, really small, and our cousin had a horse box. Definitely the horses had been in there before, and it was a lot of work going into it, but we had a goal, and we had a picture in our mind of how we wanted it to look at the end, and we eventually got there after 3 years of working on it. I'm just getting everyone.
Stella and Lime, is that?
Yeah. Stella and Lime. We've been running it for, this is our second season we've been running this for now, and we're halfway through our second season. Our first season last year was just learning the ropes of how it works. We went through quite a few issues, especially picking the right events, and we didn't even realise we were a cider bar until someone came up to our bar and said, that's the best pint of cider I've had from proper cider people from Somerset. And me and Jodie, it just clicked, and we looked at each other and were like, right, we're a cider bar from now on. We've got the accent for it, we've got the persona for it, and we can get decent cider from just around the corner from where we live.
What were the hurdles that you had to get over? It's one thing having an idea, but then putting that idea into practice.
When we're setting up, our main hurdles were funds to begin with. I was working away a lot, and we got really lucky because we don't come from any sort of money or any background or anything like that. We've worked for everything that we've ever had. I was working away from home, putting in 90-hour weeks doing security work and just slogging out. Jodie was putting in all of the hours. We were barely one year. I had 1 day off in the whole year because I had to go to the doctors or something like that, and 1 day off in the whole of 365 days. We finally got there, and just when we were first starting out, the biggest hurdle was finding the right events that suited us. As most events and festivals have their own bar, and they're not interested in you. So we thought we'd just be doing weddings and private events and functions, and then as we started getting out there a little bit more, we realised how actually difficult it was going to be just to solo do the bar work on its own and get ourselves out there and make any money, any profit from it.
What about marketing? How did you find marketing on social media? Is that something that you're skilled at? Is that something that you had to learn?
The social media side of things I was never very good at it at all, and I started off posting stuff about the bar, and Jodie made an Instagram account of the bar being made throughout the process, because We're lucky enough to live on the back of a farm, and Jodie's dad is a wizard when it comes to fixing things and making things. He can absolutely do anything, and Jodie's had a lot of time working with him and making stuff. So we sprayed it all ourselves. We did all the interior ourselves. Our cousins helped us design the logo. We designed all of the tentacles and everything like that ourselves. Our goal was, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it our way, on our terms. And we want it to be the most ridiculous bar that's ever been out there for a small horsebox bar. So we had this idea of making this big monster. And I've always liked lights and lasers, so we wanted it to be, it's purple, like Jodie, it's skulls and giant tentacles, and at night time we normally have the best lights and lasers show like that you can get from a tiny bar like that. And the promotion side of things, all as much as we could over Facebook, and we try to, when we were first doing our gigs, we were trying to publicise, promote the event that we were working for, send images and updates as we were on site for the event, and after the event, give a slight like debrief on our socials of how the event went and thanks for seeing you, and put some pictures up, just trying to get ourselves out there. And also we started doing every time we hit a certain amount of followers, we'd have a big giveaway. So we'd talk to our cider companies, and they would send us some cider merch, and we'd put in a bottle of fizz or a bottle of nice cider and some of our Salty Bill's merchandise, and we'd have a competition, like a like and share competition, and that goes down really well. We give away quite a few prizes at the minute.
So it sounds like you've become quite skilled at reaching out to people and getting people on board and collaborate and taking ideas and running with them.
We're a bit like a dog with a bone. Like once we get something in our heads, we cannot get it out, and we stick to it, and we can't stop until we get that thought and that process out of our brains. So we're a bit with the grit with it. We kind of like go through with 99% of everything that we try and do.
And I haven't asked you yet, where did Salty Bills come from?
Jodie's salty, her name's Jodie Salter, and I'm Bill. And we thought the theme of it is really nautical, and the tentacles and the skulls, and I look like a pirate and I sound like a pirate, and Salty Bills is quite a nautical sounding, fun pirate name.
How did you go from zero to finding your first job and then becoming busy?
Our first job came the 1st of May last year. We did a VW fest, and we didn't have the bar there at that point. We just had, we thought we were not going to get to so much with the bar, so we thought we'd make a shop as well. And Jodie's super skilled at making headpieces and festival gear. We made some fun hats and stuff. We took the shop to that one to begin with, and we went down really well, and people seemed to really love being around us and being in our shop, and they were having lots and lots of fun with us. The next week, we did our first bar outing, and so much went wrong. Our gas went wrong, our beer went wrong, our cocktails were terrible, and then every event after that, we just focused on making ourselves really, really good. So simple things like we don't use pre-mixed cocktails or anything like that. We make everything fresh. It takes a little bit longer, but it's really, really good. We put make sure we put a triple in everything. We focused on the small things that we were not doing well at, like the beer gas line that we got put in for ourselves. We weren't 100% sure about how to fix it and how to go. I thought if we're going to sell Stella and Thatchers on draft, that's our bread and butter. We have to have the best, nicest tasting, coldest Stella and Thatchers, otherwise there's no point in doing it. You don't turn up to work and do half a job. So now we've learned all of the gas line systems, and now our beer, we got really big. We bought one of the best chillers on the market, and the lines are really, really small. So every time we pour a pint, it comes out freezing cold, and you get a really good reaction when people have a sip of their drink, and they're like, "Oh, that's good, that." So our ciders, we try and make sure that we have really good quality cider. So we went for a few options to begin with, and they didn't quite make our palate. They were selling, but they weren't good enough. We got a contract with Lily's, and people love the Lily cider. It comes from Somerset, and we get actually a discount from buying it in bulk. Because they deliver locally for a local rate. So we thought, why not keep everything as local as possible? So pretty much all the ciders are within 20 miles of my house. We've got some from Glastonbury, some from Shepton Mallet. I think the only thing that we don't have, which is super local, is our Stella.
I see that you were doing a bit of entertaining the other day. You had a quiz going on. You were dressed up. You're quite the entertainer, and you had quite a crowd outside before the festival started.
Yeah, I think with the entertainment side of things, we try and have as much fun doing our job with every single person who comes into our shop or our bar or our chip shop. We just try and have as much fun as possible, because you don't want to turn up to work and not enjoy it. When I was offered a chance to do the quiz at this event, I don't do things in half. So I thought, I'm either going to do a really, really, really fun quiz, I'm going to get dressed up, I'm going to act the fool, I'm going to make sure everyone's involved, make it not too hard so people don't feel silly about it. And I turned around, there's two teams, and I turned around to fix my speakers. It took me 10 minutes. I turned back around and there was 50 more people there. So I needed a drink before I started doing that one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone loved the costume. I don't think I was allowed near any open flames while I was wearing that, because I'd have gone up.
So what's next for Salty Bills? What's the future? Where do you take it from here?
The future holds for Salty Bills. We've just started a sidebar. It's a pop-up sidebar called Scrumps, and it's just it's covered in flowers, bright colours. We did one at Isle of Wight Festival ferry terminals, and we've got a couple more coming up with them in the future. It's easy to pop up for weddings. You don't need any power. It's good for going in office blocks for parties and stuff. We take loads of cider for that one. Super cruisy and easy. Next year sometime, Salty Bills are going to start a walk around silent disco tour in Bristol, where groups of parties and hens and stags can come. We'll take them around for a walking tour sort of thing, and we'll play a lot of rave music, have a lot of dance off. But for Salty Bills on its own, we are fully booked. It's our second year. We're fully booked until November, and next year we've already got bookings flying in for next year. It seems like when we do a decent event, we get booked up instantly for the same event within a year's period. Within the next year, they want us straight away, so which is a great sign, because people are enjoying us, they want us back, and if it's good for us, it's good for you, then that's exactly what we want to do.
And how far? What's your area? How far do you travel? What's practical for you?
We're in Somerset, in Taunton, but last year we were travelling to Cheshire and Chester, and we're travelling 5 or 6 hours sometimes. We were over at Skeg Vegas for a bit, and it's a long journeys. This year we've tried to minimise our costs a little bit better, because we're getting headhunted for more local events. The more I can do in Taunton and Somerset, the better. We did Armed Forces Day in Taunton this year, which is really, really good. I'm an ex-soldier and I live in Taunton, so it was perfect for me to go to Armed Forces Day and promote my business there. We're looking at doing everything within a 2-hour radius, unless we get a really good opportunity, and we're happy to travel all over the country. We actually got offered last week, but we're busy. We could have gone to Belgium for a Comic-Con festival, and they wanted us to take our ciders over to Belgium for a Comic-Con festival, but it wasn't feasible. But maybe next year you'll see us in Belgium.
And you've got accommodation, you've got a van, you put the trailer on the back of the van and travel, and you can use your van as a camper. And so if anybody does want you to travel somewhere else in the country, then it is possible if they book you soon enough.
We're fully self-sufficient. We can come up, we can park the van in a small area. We're pretty good at reversing it now, so we can get into tight places, and we don't take up much trouble, much room or anything. We kind of just crack on.
So your contact details, what's the best way to contact you, Billy?
All our contact we have a website as well. It's www.saltybillsbar.com. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have email. I have phone numbers all over my socials, and if you want to direct message me on any of my socials, we'll reply as soon as we see them. But if you want to get in contact with me about a future event, I need as much notice as possible, because we'd love to come and to help you out with your event.
I'm sure we're talking to you again in the future. I know we've talked about updating your story. We'll follow along. Wish you all the best.
It's been great. It's been great here. I love being here. We've had a great time with all you lot. All the van life crew, they're exceptional, and it's a fantastic event, run really well by great people.
Brilliant. Thanks, Billy, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Cheers.
So, we're here with Billy.
Hello.
He has just been on the punch bag, which is, turn with me. So the deal is, right, if somebody beats your punch target on that, then they get a free shot.
Yeah.
A free shot of what?
Free shot of snaps.
Okay. And is there anything else that you are going to do for that?
If you beat me on the punch machine, I've got a score of 941. If you beat me on the punch machine, you get a free shot of snaps from Salty Bill's bar, and I've got to go on the rodeo ball.
Oh, look at that.
941.
941 is still the one to beat.
Can you do one more as a demonstration? I didn't get that. Honestly, I didn't press the button.
Oh my God.
I just need the shot. I've always got it.
And then if you manage to beat him on the time on the rodeo ball, then he'll give you another free shot. I know that wasn't part of the script, I've just made that up.